What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
It is Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. If nothing, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, whether you're with family or with friends or with yourself, I like to spend holidays a lot of the time by myself. I'm not used to, I'm not close with any of my family, so that's out of the picture. I also feel kind of out of place around other people's families just because I'm not, it's very, very long ago, probably more than 30 years ago, that I've spent a holiday with all of my family. Actually, maybe not that long ago, but that's kind of where I remember the heyday, the golden times. You know, just before my grandpa died on my mom's side, my mom's dad, because after he died, the family kind of split and separated and just shrapnel everywhere. We're just excommunication from everybody. But when he was alive during Thanksgiving, you know, they would always have a big thing at their house. And they lived actually pretty close to where I am at now. And the whole family would go over. My mom's twin brother and his kids. And then my dad had a wife before my grandma, and he had kids with her, so like their family would come over. I was by far the youngest. Well, not really. My uncle's or my mom's twins kid was younger than me, but before, I think that was before he even had a kid. Regardless, I was the youngest. I was like 6, and everybody else was in their 20s or 30s, like those my cousins. So I didn't really have the relationship with my cousins that most people do, where they kind of grow up and they're all around the same age as their cousins. Um, but everybody would come over to my grandparents' house, and they'd make a big dinner, and you know, it was a nice big not a huge house, but it was, you know, you can move around and kind of just go. I would always be watching TV, playing with the dogs or whatever. Because, you know, I don't know, I'm not participating in their conversations like adults do, like adults have, or participating in the family drama as adults do. I was playing with the dogs, but one of the things that they would do is they would draw names for Christmas. So because is a big family, instead of everybody buying everybody gifts, because we would also get back together for Christmas. My grandpa had this thing where he would film everybody opening their presents. It was a whole production, Christmas. He had lighting equipment, he had a camera, audio, just a whole thing. He used to have like reels. I used to have reels of his film. I moved around too much, so I had to give them back to my mom. I don't know what she did with them. But Christmas was a huge production. But to streamline it and to help everybody out, they would do a drawing, and then whoever you drew, that's who you're buying Christmas presents for. So very much like an Office, Secret Santa kind of situation, almost exactly like that. But that was kind of the big thing. Everybody kind of excited to see who they were going to get and, you know, surprise them or whatever. Later in life, though, like because most of the time for Thanksgivings, I'm not around anybody, especially in San Diego and then in Denver. So I usually I like to take the day off. I'll make myself a meal, which is kind of a daily thing for me now, where I make a really big dinner. And that's kind of my meal of the day, is my big meal. But Thanksgiving is kind of like that. And of course, an excuse to booze it up. There was a big highlight actually in Denver. Keith and I, on Thanksgiving, I got one of those giant Supernatural raw cones that fits like a 1/4 ounce of weed, and stuffed it up. It was like $100 joint, you know, just the weed and plus the wrapper. And it was not cheap. And we watched a bunch of stand-up specials that had come out, and we smoked the joint. I recorded it, but I never got around to editing it, and I don't know where that video is. I had to like free up space now that I process so much video on a regular basis. I've had to go through, and I think I may have lost it, or it's on a memory card. I don't know, but the memory is still there of smoking most of this gigantic joint with Keith, and the apartment being just a thick cloud of smoke, like kids that are hotboxing cars and stuff with like fans and blowtorches, and just a giant bowl of weed. Like we were doing that with a joint, and it was crazy. It's crazy just to suck on a joint that has like where the tip is the size of a quarter. Um, but I'd always wanted to like it's a novelty thing, and I'd always wanted to do it because I didn't get into smoking till I was 30, so I didn't have like those kind of college times of smoking weed where you're taking hits out of ridiculously large bongs and shit. So for Thanksgiving that year, I treated us to that, and we had like steak dinners. We had like I think Keith made dinner and I did the joint. And we watched a bunch of stand up, bunch of movies, and it was just a great day. It's just kind of one of those great days. Take advantage of not doing anything, kind of just sit back and appreciate what you're thankful for. For me, I'm thankful for friends. I mean, I would literally be homeless right now if not for friends allowing me to live with them. Friends have helped me a lot throughout the years to help me survive my childhood, help introduce me to new things and new ways of thinking and new types of people and just ways to enjoy life. So I'm very thankful for my friends that I've made over the years. And yeah. But a more modern Thanksgiving memory is, well, I guess a little bit older than the Keith one. It was an apartment that I had in La Mesa, which is San Diego area, kind of east inland a bit from San Diego. But that I lived in, it was my first time having my own apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment all to myself, no more roommates. I could walk to work, so I never drove. I had, there was a little community kind of a rec room with a pool table. I love pool tables, so I bought, pool balls, accoutrement balls, a triangle, and I already had a cue. And so my friend, who I'm actually living with now, Rochelle, and her boyfriend Matt came over. Matt's friend came over. My friend Brian came over, and Rochelle made dinner. I watched we put on movies while she was making dinner. I don't know if I helped or not, but we put on like Disney movies, and we're talking about how like Disney basically has a formula, like their movies are crack, and they just have a formula that they know how to manipulate brains into just joy. Like they know how to tap into like joy. This is way before I smoked weed. She smoked weed at the time, I think. But so Matt came over, we shot pool, and it was just a lot of fun. It was kind of like that time when you're in your mid-20s where you're on your own, no roommates. You're kind of adulting for the first time in a lot of ways. And that was kind of that day where we flexed. Rochelle and I kind of flexed our adulting muscles when we were still just fucking kids, man. I mean, I barely feel like an adult now, aside from like all the pain, the different pains and weird things. I'll move a certain way and just be in a lot of pain, or gray hairs. There's a lot of reasons why I'm older now that I know I'm older, but I kind of feel like I'm still in my 20s in a lot of ways. But that's it. That's all I got to say about Thanksgiving. I hope you're spending it in a way in which you're having a good day. Hopefully, you're not working. And if you work retail tomorrow, take advantage of enjoying today before you have to deal with the hell that is Black Friday. But if you are in the mood, as a thank you for you watching my show, the holiday seasons are here. I want to sell you some artwork, but I want to give you a big discount. So if you go to inspireddisorder.com, my website, you can buy artwork, you can buy shirts, you can buy prints, and you can save 50% on everything you buy when you use the coupon code THANKS18. That's the number 18 and thanks, and you'll save half of whatever you spend. So I know some of my paintings are a little pricey for people, and I want people to have every advantage to collect my art. And stock up on gifts for yourself, for your family. Thanks 18 for 50% off over at inspireddisorder.com. New episodes of this show every day. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. Binge the show over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Members only. Go to inspireddisorder.com for all of my work. At Ray Taylor for me. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.